Hi, my name's Alex Hollands. I'm the farm manager here at Brinsbury College, and over the next few videos you're going to see exactly how we prepare for lambing and lamb our ewes here down at the farm. In that time of between the sort of the 4 to 2 weeks prior to lambing, we can't turn the sheep over to sort of to sit them down to dag them or to check them out, because we might dislodge the lambs that are inside. So what we've done is we've trimmed up their back ends, and that's taken all the excess wool away, and that means that when they do start lambing, we can really see what's going on, and it also clears any wool that happens to be around the udder, to stop lambs from accidentally attaching onto wool instead of an udder in their first hours of life, really. Lambing really starts for us, we start getting ready really around about the 5th of January, and that's when we'll scan the ewes to see how many lambs they're going to have. And typically on the farm, that then means once they've been scanned, we'll then bring them into the shed where they're going to stay until they've lambed, and we'll sort them out into groups, and those groups will be twins, singles and triplets. And then depending if they're going to be at the beginning of the lambing period, they'll be in one pen, or if we think they'll be towards the end, they'll be in another pen. And that really allows us just to tailor their nutrition and make sure that we're looking after them as best we can. This year, we decided to keep the sheep outside for a lot longer. Instead of bringing them in 8 weeks before lambing, we actually brought them in 4 weeks before lambing. This really did two things. One, the weather was good to us and we had the grass available, so we've then brought them back in, and we brought them in at about 4 weeks into the shed, and like I said previously, they're then sorted into their groups. Once they're in the shed, they're not eating grass outside anymore, so we switched them onto hay. Hay is there as a stable base really for their nutrition, and then they're fed a concentrate pellet which has all the protein that they need, vitamins, amino acids and those sorts of things that they need as part of their diet. And they're then fed based on how many lambs that they have inside and their body condition score. So if they're thin ewes, so they might have 2 lambs inside them but they're very thin, then what we then do is put them on a special diet just to up that and to try and help that fetal growth. The reason why we do look after them so well in this last bit is all the fetal growth really happens in the last sort of 4 weeks, 4 to 2 weeks of lambing, and that's when the stress is really on the ewe to try and have as much energy as possible to give to those lambs on that point. So that started happening a few weeks ago. Now they're in and they're transitioned onto their diet and they're pretty happy now in there. They were also, when they brought in at 4 weeks, given a vaccination. They were given something called Heptavac P. It's against clostridial diseases, and what a clostridial disease is something that is passed through the colostrum, which is the milk, from mum into lamb. So we like to try and protect them against that. Now that's a vaccination that we do to all of the ewes every year, and that just protects us and then primarily really protects the lambs. So the building is set up into pens, and these pens are for the individual lambing groups. There are 25 ewes in each pen, and then in the corner right hand side of the footage you're going to see a load of individual pens made up, metal pens, and these pens are there so when a ewe lambs in the main pen with all the others around it, we'll give them half an hour, 45 minutes to mother up, make sure the lambs are up and starting to drink, and then we're then going to bring them into the individual pen. Once they're in the individual pen, they'll then last for 24 hours in there, and or longer if we're unhappy with the lambs and how they are, and then after that point then they'll go off out into the field with a number on their side so we know whose lambs belong to which ewe.